So let's just get right into our warm-up. How about it? How about it? Here is Rob, my husband. There we go. All right, ready? Huh? Oh, the light?
Yeah, it's okay.
Rob doesn't like the light. He's very particular about these things. We got to get one of those beautiful, selfie lights. All right, ready, you guys? Here we go. Just bounce to start today. Just shake it out. Let's take all that seriousness and just drop it on the floor. Take your arms out. Keep going, shake it out. Whatever feels good. Ooh! Sorry, I'm switching music. Here we go. Shake it out, shake it out. Legs, arms. Here we go, ready? Big plie, lift up. Inhale, exhale, nice and slow, beautiful. Here we go, inhale, up, exhale, down. Inhale, up. Good, little faster. Inhale, exhale. Woo! Good, you guys, hold it down. Just bounce. Good, right heel, lift and down. Up. Good, switch, other side, down, up, down. Good, here we go, opening those hips, right knee, left knee, twist. Good, we're gonna take it lower, down, back up. Good, we're gonna do that 2 more times. And while we do, I want to tell you all, this class is not about being a dancer. I've gotten some texts that are like, well, I don't dance, I don't move like that. I want you to move however you want to move. This is not about dancing, this is about moving, getting connected to your own body. However it wants to move, please don't worry about that. Here we go, tuck, across the body, tuck. Whew. It should just feel good, whatever feels good. 4, 3, 2, here we go. Right side. Woo. Tuck. 4, 3, 2, switch. Breathing. 4, 3, 2, here we go. Left, right arm forward. And switch. Switch. A little faster. Good. 4, 3, 2, let's reverse it. Slow it down. Chest opens, spine opens, breathe. Good, faster. Open, breathe, open. 4, 3, that's it. Right arm, left arm up, right arm up, left. Good, you guys, and reach, reach, reach. 4, 3, keep that walk going. Just change the arms, side to side. Good, now reach it down to the floor. Good, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty head. Lift up nice and tall. And let's come all the way down, bend your knees. Touch the floor if you can. Straighten the legs and bend. Up, down, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down, bounce here. Hit, up and down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Twist that left arm up towards the ceiling. Straighten the legs. Breathe. Woo! Switch on the side. Good. From here, stay here, but just bounce your hips. 4, 3, 2, yeah. Switch on the side. Woo! 4, 3, 2. Let's reach down low. 1 to the left, to the right. Good, you guys. Here we go. Left side. Right side. Again, left. Bounce. Roll those arms out. Switch. 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, straight leg. Lean forward. And stretch. and down. So up, straighten your legs, down, plie. Up, down, up, down. Good, down to side. Good. Here we go, right legs over the chest. Big breath. Breathe in. Exhale, contract. Open your back. Inhale. Exhale. Little faster. Inhale, exhale. Yes. Do it your way. Double time. Ready? Whoa. Here we go. Isolate. Side, back, side, front, side. Little faster. Connect the dots slow. Good. Now let's take it around a little faster. Shake this up. Sternum. Bring it in a circle. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now isolate. Other direction. Really opening up your chest, your rib cage. Breathe, double time. Yes. 4, 3, 2, connect the dots slow. Open, open, open. Faster. Turn it up. Yes, here we go. Swing. Good, double time. Good, 4, 3, 2, tuck under. Good, last 3, 2, 1. Pull your hips forward, just a little tuck. Use your abs to lift your pelvis. Opening those hips. Good. 4, 3, 2. Here we go. Right hip roll. That's your left. Sorry, guys. I am figuring out my right and lefts, I promise. And we switch the other side. It's always been a problem for me. Good switch. Good. Good. Let's open up those hips a little bit more. So knees wide. Press into those knees. Sink down. Just a little side to side, opening the inner thighs. Breathing. Catching your breath. And then let's take that left shoulder to center, or excuse me, that right shoulder to center. I'm used to doing the opposite of you guys, but I was told the opposite is actually not the opposite online, so I can switch. Here we go. Switch again. All right, so let's get grounded, okay? So I want you to stay in this nice deep squat, and if the music moves you, just bounce however you want. And I want you to notice your feet and really activate your toes. Grip the floor, feel the floor beneath you, and we're going to stomp 1 foot, 1 foot, 1 foot. Stay low, bend your knees, 1 foot. We're really arriving in the body, arriving in the room. When we ground like this, you can always make a sound when your foot lands. Hup, hup, hup. Whatever feels good. Hup. Good, little faster, just side to side. Get low, get low. I know your legs burn, stay with it. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift up. Good, bring your heels a little closer. Sink all the way down here. Good, toes turn out. Heels on the floor. Maybe your hands come into prayer. Lifting through the chest. Elbows, pressing the knees open. Maybe you rotate a little bit. Side to side. Breathe. Feels good. All right, here we go. We're going to put our left arm down inside your knee if you can reach. Otherwise, wherever you need to be. Twist the other arm up. Look at that right thumb. That was a fantastic drum solo. All right, ready? Switch. Other side. Ready? Twist. Look up. Really breathing into the spine here, opening the chest. This is a big opener, the chest and the spine. Come back to center. Since we're low, let's get all down low. Here we go. Oh, let's stretch. Woo! I don't know about you guys, but I am tight. Some of that tightness too might not just be from moving or not moving, but rather from tension and stress that we hold in our bodies. So we want to be really gentle with ourselves as we stretch, breathing from wherever we are. So here we go. We're going to start with that little spider position that I did. Well, I do it almost every day. Bend your elbows and knees, flex your feet, exhale. Begin to press and rotate forward. Now, this is going to look very different depending on where you are with your flexibility. I don't want you to worry about that. If you're here, that's great. Whatever works for you. Breathe. Feel that hamstring stretch and that inner thigh stretch. Breathe in. Exhale, extend. Reach it out. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more time. And then we're going to hold it at your deepest stretch. Good. Just breathe here. Woo. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Taking your time. We're a little bit warmer, which is nice. So we're just letting that natural warmth begin to stretch and open our muscles. Let's walk over to our right leg. Squaring our chest over that right leg, right thigh. Find your breath, guys. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, maybe you find yourself dipping a little deeper into the stretch. Or not, that's fine. And then coming up, still facing that right leg. And then I want you to turn your chest to the front. Reach that left arm up and over and let's stretch to the left. What was that face? I love it.
What face?
And you're like,
no, I'm trying to figure out the ergonomics.
I know, this is really a small space for us, but we're making it work. How's the quarantine going, you guys? How's it going with your roommates, your partner, yourself, your cat, your dog? Crazy time. Coming up back to center, ready? So let's go back to the middle and maybe this time, maybe there's a little more stretch available to us. Breathe through it, reach it out. Use your partner as leverage. Good, breathing into the tightness. Exhale, release. Good, inhale, back up. Good. We're gonna walk over to that left leg. Square the chest to that left leg. Gently come down. Breathe it out. So again, as we stretch, you guys, this is not about who can stretch the most. This is not a competition. Please be so gentle with yourself when you're stretching. We're just asking the body to expand beyond its comfort zone for the first time today when we stretch. We want to be very compassionate with where our body is at this moment. Take that right arm, reach it over, breathe into that right side rib cage. Your breath is the lubrication of your stretch, so the more you can breathe into the tightness and feel that opening, putting your awareness in that tight place, and then exhale the tension, just that intention will really make a big difference in your stretch. Breathe. Good, inhale, back up. Woo. Good, gently shake it out. Bring it into center. Okay, you guys, so we're gonna just do a couple little things today to warm up the core, to warm up the arms. I promise I won't make you burn too much. All right, here we go, ready? So let's do a little core work, shall we? I know we love this. All right, so what we're gonna do, come onto your side, onto your elbow. You might be on your knees. You might have your feet stacked. Hands can be here, wherever you want it to be. Here we go. Here we go. Hips down, up. Working through the right side of your core. Good. 4, 3, yeah, the other side. 2, 1, and we're just gonna switch. Other side. Just roll it over. roll over to the other side. Maybe this time come down to your knees if you were on your feet or not, wherever you are with your child. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go down yet. Switch on its side. Woo. Down, up. 5. That's right. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come on down to your back. Roll down through the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Here we go. Good. Last thing for your core. Extend the arms, extend the legs. See if you can get your low back on the floor. Exhale. Tuck into a nice tight squeeze. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 8 more. 7, you got this. 6, look at that belly, pull it in. Last 5. 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. Good. 1 more. We're just gonna hold this time. We got this. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees come in, deep breath. We're gonna rock side to side. Good. Come on here. We're just gonna rock up. And let's open those arms a little bit, yeah? So we're gonna press our hips up. Ankles under the knees. Fingers point to your heels. Here we go. Bend the elbows. Exhale, press up. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah? Good. Slow. We're gonna speed it up in just a moment. 2 more. Good. Here we go. Double time. Down, up, up, up. Good. 8, 7. Drop strength is over here, so we didn't totally lose it. Last 3, 2, 1. Hold it up. Lift your hips. Opening the shoulders and chest. Breathe. Good. Last thing. Bounce, 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 bounce. Make sure you're bending your elbows here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down. Good job, you guys. Beautiful work. Arms come up. Inhale. Woo. Exhale. Let's fold forward. Nice and easy. Breathe. Good. Get that hamstring stretch in. Good. From here, bring those feet in. And we're just gonna rock through the toes and ankles right here, okay? So you're just going to open up those ankles and toes. Make sure we've stretched those a little bit. Can't really see my toes. Rock the heels forward, rock them back. Exhale, inhale. Good, forward and back. Good, this time we're gonna drop the heels gently as we straighten the legs, lifting the hips. And then let's grab our elbows. So we're gonna forward fold. Draw your belly in, release the back of your neck. And maybe just shake yourself out a little bit. And let's lean upper body to the right. And then to the left. Just letting your torso be dead weight. And then back to center. Releasing the arms. We're going to begin to tuck the tailbone, slowly roll up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Beautiful, you guys. At the top, we're just going to open up your neck here. So I want you to just lean that right ear towards your right shoulder. And then gently reach that left arm about 45 degrees out. Woo, I feel it. Good. And then turn your chin slightly towards the floor. Feel that stretch. Move a little bit. Breathing in. And then gently chin tilts towards the sky. Just a little. Breathe. Activating through those left fingertips. Ooh, back to center. Come back up. Wow. Here we go, other side. So we're getting all those tendons and muscles in the neck. Right fingertips, 45 degrees. Breathe it out. I love this one. Good. Turn your chin slightly to the floor. Feel that stretch. So we hold, a lot of us, tension in this area, right? Our neck and shoulders, our traps, chin turns up. So really work on breathing into this area. See if you can melt some of that tension with your breath. Good. When you're ready, chin turns back to the front. Gently, gently release your neck. Good. 2 more neck stretches here, you guys. Ready? Hands behind your head, elbows out to the side. Very important. We're just going to keep the spine super straight and let the chin drop. And I don't want you to pull with the hands at all. It's just putting weight, the dead weight of your arms on the back of your head. And you're not tilting your upper back like this. You're keeping your spine straight and you're just gently letting your chin fall. So that stretch is really just right here in the back of the neck. Breathing into that space. Exhale that tension. Good. Release the hands first, then begin to bring your head up. Oh yeah. Nice, you guys. I'm warm. I'm sweaty. That's how I do things. A sweat. All right. So we're gonna hydrate for a second, and then we're gonna get into it. So, all right, guys. So working with. Let's talk about the ego for a second. And Francis, you're here today, so you know that you inspired me to go here. So we all have an ego, and the ego gets a bad rap. The ego gets the bad rap, the shame, oh, my ego, that, you know, whatever is making me show off or feel bad or is selfish and all of that. So yes and no. In my opinion, the ego is a necessary part of us. The ego is when we develop the ego, it's when we are developing our self, our separate self from our parents. It's the first time we've sort of stepped away and decided or gathered the information that, oh, I am a separate being. I have my own desires and wants and needs. And then we create a personality and we create desires and wants and needs and beliefs and all of these things that make up an ego, that make up an identity. And as we all know, those identities change and shift throughout our lives, right? We've all heard of identity crises, or we've maybe been through 1 or 2 of those. I've definitely had my fair share. And that's because the ego is not really who we are. The ego is changeable. The ego is something we've constructed, but most of us have done this subconsciously. And sometimes the ego is operating in a way that's not working for us, but because we're so identified with it, we don't know how to change those behaviors or those parts of ourselves. So we end up sometimes acting subconsciously in opposition to what we say we want or who we want to be. So I like to look at the ego in a beautiful pink bubble of compassion. Because ego is a necessary thing, but when we're being controlled by it is when it becomes something that is not really working for us, right? So we're gonna get into, using some of the exercises that we're gonna jump into today to dive deeper into this concept of ego and compassion. But for now, I wanna dive into the next movement exercise, and all of this is gonna feed into what we do with the ego later on, okay? So just trust me. As we go into this next exercise, I have to say, especially to those of you who are new to class, this is the part of class where we get silly. We break out of our normal way of moving. This is where, for a lot of us, our inner critic arrives and it starts talking and it starts saying things that aren't so cool. Like, you look dumb, that was stupid, what are the people gonna think, what the hell are you doing, you don't know how to do this, you're not a dancer, what the fuck. That stuff is your ego talking. That's the identity. That's the part of you that's trying to keep you safe and within the realm of that identity, that safe place. But we are expanding. We are evolving creatures that want to get to the next thing. We want to be bigger. We want to hold more love and more compassion and dream bigger dreams. And so to do that, we have to step out of what's comfortable. So I invite you to do that in these exercises that seem silly and trivial, but there's a reason behind them, okay? So let yourself be silly. Give yourself permission. First exercise is called 5 moves. I'm going to give you a body part. Say it's your shoulder. I'm gonna say, move that body part, and I want you to just move it to the music in any way that you like, that you can kind of repeat over and over, whatever that is. Then I'm gonna say switch. When I say switch, same body part, totally different move with that shoulder. Totally different move. We're gonna be here for 5 different switches. That means you're gonna move that shoulder in 5 different ways. So every time I say switch, I want a whole different move with that shoulder. Then I'm gonna give you a different part of the body. Maybe I'll give you the hips, okay? You'll start with one move, then I'll say switch. You better change that move, yeah? So this is to get you beyond where your mind knows what to do and can't come up with any more ideas, and it gets your body into your body so your body can actually lead the way for this one, okay? So here we go. We're gonna start with, what do I wanna start with? Let's do elbows. We're gonna start with the elbows. Here we go. So start with the elbows. Sorry, I'm gonna give you a new song. This one, okay? So moving the elbows in whatever way you want. Find a fun way to move them. Let it be silly. Good, now switch. New way of moving the elbows. Find it. When you find something you like, repeat it. Good, switch. New way to move your elbows. Keep going. Good, forward, switch. Do whatever you want. You don't have to do, you're not meant to do what I do. But if it helps you to get started, do what I do. Something different, something new. Don't repeat. Here we go. Hips. First thing, what you gonna do? Good, switch, new move. Good, switch, new move. I hope you're giggling at yourself, or at least at me.
Or me.
Good, switch! Switching songs as well to give you a little more inspiration. pose. There's nothing to it, Vogue. Now snap a picture of yourself and post on Instagram. Or take a picture of me and post on Instagram. Just kidding. All right, so good. I hope we feel a little more silly and in our bodies, and like we're not taking ourselves so seriously, because why? Why do that? That would be our ego wanting us to do that. I'm so important. I'm so important. No, too much pressure. Let's not do that. All right, so our next exercise. Before I didn't hydrate enough. I need to hydrate more. Okay, here we go. 5 speeds. My hair looks amazing. 5 speeds. Some of you have done this before. 1 is your slowest speed, 5 is your fastest speed. So there's a big range in there. 3 would be your medium speed, right? So if you're moving at a 1, you're barely moving, okay? If you're moving at a 5, you're moving at your fastest, most wild and free speed, got it? If you're moving at a 3, this is like your medium speed. Make sense? So those 2s and 4s are somewhere in between. Got it? So we're gonna play through 1 through 5, and then I'm gonna throw random numbers at you. Okay, so let's just start with 1 through 5. We'll start with a nice slow song that can gear us up. Here we go. You're at a 1, friends. Let these moves be whatever you want. Breathe, connect with however you want to move. Just make it slow. Get lost in your movement. Good, let's go to 2. So a little bit faster. This is between your slowest and your medium speed. And now you're 3. This is your medium speed. Good, 3. This is your medium. Back to a 1. Slowest. And 4. Between your medium and your fast. Shake that out. That was freaking awesome, you guys. Whew. Hopefully you got a sense of your own speeds, 1 through 5, because we're gonna come back to that a little bit later, but a little bit differently. So, get your water. Okay, so here we go. So next thing is I want us to, we're gonna go ahead and keep those 1 through 5s, but I'm gonna give you now different assignments for each number. Not only is it just slow to fast, right? We have our 1 is our slowest, our 5 is our fastest. But now the 2 and the 4, I want you to close. So I want you to think of this as your ego self. So how does your ego, the part of us that sort of is me or me against the world, me first, self-preservation, separation, I have to win, I have to be the one to get there first, or whatever it is. I want you to let that part of yourself play during the 2 and the 4, okay? And I want you to let it play with sort of the self-preservation movements, the closing, the bringing it in, the smallness of it, the fierce smallness of it, okay? And then your 1, 3, and 5 are the opposite. This is the part where you float into that, I guess, pink bubble of compassion. That's what I call it. But I want it to be your version of compassion. Let your body lead the way on this. I don't want you to get stuck in the concepts in your head. Let the 1, 3, and 5 just open. Just open your body. Open your heart center. Let yourself open and expand, okay? So you're still, I know this is a lot, but we'll get it. We're still going, 1 is the slowest, 5 is the fastest. But now our 1, 3, 5 are open, 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 right? So our 1 opening would be slow motion, opening, 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 opening. Our 3 open would be medium speed, open, open, compassion, love, 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 open. Our 5 would be fast, open, 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 right? And our 2 would be ego, close, but slow, right? Because we're on a 2, slow, right? And then our 4 would be that medium fast speed, right? But still close, 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 whatever that is for you. Got it? So this is us embodying the back and forth between ego taking over the body, ego taking over the body. What does that feel like? What does that look like at these different speeds? And letting ourselves melt into compassion on those 1, 3s, and 5s. Make sense? I hope it does. If you get confused, watch me, but let's just play, okay? Because that's what we do. We play a lot. Okay. I'm sure I'll be talking a lot to guide you guys so you won't be alone. Don't worry. Here we go. Why don't we start at that 1, which is our opening. Compassion, open heart. Slow. This is about embodying compassion, whatever that looks like, it doesn't matter. What does it feel like? Good, let's go to a 2. Close but slow. Ego, self-preservation, separation. Still slow. Let's go to 3, which again is open, but now we're at our medium pace. Compassion, opening. Let's go to 4, close and faster. Ego, self-preservation. Me out for myself. What does that feel like in your body? Let it be your discovery, what it looks like to you. Don't worry about what it looks like for me. Good. 5, open. Fast. Self-preservation. Good. 3. Medium. Compassion. Open. Beautiful. Okay. So now, stay where you are. We're going to continue a little longer with this. And this time I'm going to switch up the music much more often. Well, I didn't that time, so I'm going to switch it up. And we're going to switch back and forth a little more often, yeah? I'm only going to have you do this for a couple minutes. I know it's tiring. You're getting your workout in as well as your heart out. Okay, here we go. Do it. Let's do it. Here we go. Let's start at R2. What is R2? Even numbers are contraction, ego. Let this part of you live. Slow, inward preservation. Song is starting, it's just slow. Whew. Catching your breath as you're moving slow. We're gonna stay here for a little while. In this slow, open place. compassion through all of ourselves. These next 2 minutes, we're just going to expand that compassion bubble even bigger. And if it helps you to see it as a color or a texture, just see it. And see if you can expand it through your limbs to your whole community. Opening, breathing. Infinite power at the center of your being. Infinite energy flows through you. Let it expand in love, moving however you wish. Taking your time, moving that you just expanded to. Feel the size of your compassion and of your love. I just want you to hold it here for just a couple more breaths. Feel that. And I just want you to think of that tiny little ego. Where did it go? Where is it in your body now? It's there. But you are so much bigger. You are one with the power, the intelligence that breathes your breath, that beats your heart, that lives life through you. You are not separate. You are not alone. You are not on your own. You are connected to the whole world and beyond. Last few breaths of class. Bring your hands somewhere to your body that feels delicious and comforting to you. And I just want you to breathe that expansion that you created into every cell of your being. All together, let's do this. Inhale through the nose. Feel that expansion as you exhale. Let go of any unresolved tension, emotion. Let it out. Again, 2 more breaths together. Inhale. Expanding into all that space you created. Exhale. Melting into your heart center. One more time together. Exhale, melt. So to end class today, I welcome you, I invite you to lay down, to just melt into the floor. If you are standing with me, you may do the bow with me, of course, but I want you to let your body have a few moments after class today to just bask in this incredible expansion that you created, the power you stepped into, and the compassion for that ego self that gets triggered in times like these. I love you. Thank you so much for being here with me every day. And if you think there's someone you know who would benefit from this class, please don't hesitate to share. I feel really called to share this work with as many people as who need it. So thank you so much. Love you guys. Sweet dreams.